name's Dr. Neha Chandarana. I'm based at the University of Bristol. I'm one of the co-Is for the Ignite Network Plus. And I'm going to talk to you about prescribed activity number 5, which was about mentoring and advocacy for the members of our network. I haven't worked on this alone. Marco and Claire and an external consultant, Jess Woodsford, have contributed to this. But I just want to give you an idea of what actually we did, what is action learning mentoring circles, where we're at with it now, and some key takeaways that we've got. We're in the second year of this, the second cohort. So I'll just share some of the key takeaways that we've got from the evaluations that we've done. So, too many animations, apologies. So the idea of developing these action learning circles, or mentoring as we kind of initially started out calling it, was to support the career advancement and also facilitate networking of members within our network, particularly early career members of our network from both academia and industry, and also those from groups who are underrepresented within energy research, whether that's in academia or industry. And what we wanted to do was to broaden those connections, allow members to hear diverse perspectives from one another, but also to increase their own accountability for the actions that they take, for the steps that they want to take in their careers or in their work. And so we took this action learning approach rather than our sort of traditional one-to-one mentoring. And the reason why we do this is because in action learning circles, we have a group of participants that work together rather than having a one-to-one situation. And that means that you get a combination of knowledge and experience from different people, even though they may share similar or similar common goals in their careers. The framework of action learning, as the name suggests, is about taking action to realise the things that you want in your career, if it's career related, or it might be other aspects of your job. And so essentially this circle approach means that the other participants in that group, they're not there to give you advice if there's something that you want to achieve in your career, but they're there to prompt you and to help you figure out what action should you take to realise the thing that you want in your own career. And so the process involves each action learning set meeting on a regular basis for between 1 and 2 hours. It's quite a long time. It is a big commitment, and this is something that's set out when the participants applied for the programme. And then within each of those circles, those participants maybe take it in turns, or it may be focused on one individual in a particular action learning session, and they share a problem or a challenge or an issue that they want to get support with. And then the rest of the people in that group ask insightful, open questions in order to help that individual figure out what action they might want to take. And it's really important, this idea of asking open questions, that we're curious often about the challenge that someone is facing, but it's really important and can be quite difficult sometimes to stay restrained and only ask questions that are going to help that individual to reach the action that they should take, and to not give advice and not say, oh, if I was you, I would do this. And it can be quite hard, but very, very valuable when you manage to get it right. And then the person who has shared their problem or issue in that set will summarise the actions that they're going to take, and then the group will come back to that next time that they meet. Each of these sets also has a facilitator to help keep people on track and to actually butt in if somebody is asking a closed question or is starting to give advice, just to say, oh, let's just hold on to that thought and come back to it. And that we found also to be really valuable. That was already on there. And they also keep time and make sure that everyone gets the opportunity to share who would like to. So this is our programme timeline. I'm not going to go through it in a lot of detail, but just to say that, we will do this again. So if you are interested potentially, or you think there might be people in your life who work in energy research and might benefit from participating in something like this, please check out our website. All of the details that have been on these slides are on there too. And if you do have any questions, then you can also reach out to me. So we're about halfway through the current cycle, so there are still some more meetings to go on, and we're doing mini evaluations as we go through. We've been checking in with the facilitators as we go through as well, making sure that they feel supported to facilitate the sessions. And then when we get to the end, we'll do a larger evaluation like we did last year and implement any changes that come up. So my final slide is just to share some key takeaways. So action learning does require participants to show up with issues and topics that they're willing to discuss. That, again, is when people are new to action learning, can be, it's a bit different. it's, I guess, similar to mentoring in a way as well, where, you know, when you turn up to that meeting, actually there's some preparation that you need to have done in advance to know what it is that you want to discuss. The participants and facilitators have shared that the facilitator's role is really important. It's a really big role to ensure that the action learning approach is followed during the sessions, and that we don't just revert to the standard sort of advice giving setup. We've done both cohorts have met online, and I think we've felt, and also participants have shared, that it can make it harder to develop authentic connections. So we would like to work on a mechanism to incorporate some in-person events. We have kind of tried to find out what participants and facilitators would like, but it is hard, as you all probably know as well, to get a date down and to get everyone in person. So if anyone does have any suggestions of how to do that, then we would absolutely welcome those. So yeah, thank you for your attention, and if you have any suggestions or thoughts, then feel free to grab me today or to pop one of us an email. Thanks.